Alright. Alright,
Do the next.
hold on.
Carrie, it's on.
I wanted to press stop.
This is from This is from...
Oh, that's from you.
What?
It's from you.
Oh, this is from me to me. Right, get out the other part, then. It's a two-part thing. He's like, oh. Nice.
That's nice.
Ow. You kicked me. You did.
Down in marrow.
Dinosaur bone.
Wow. Fossil collection. Yeah. Thank you. That's beautiful. Oh, this is another book by Baker, huh? Very nice. The dinosaur bone, raptor red. I think I can tell what this is. No size, it's nothing to eat. Oh, this is nice. We'll play these, very nice. We'll play these today. Any chance for, oh, hold on, oops. Sorry, Sasha. Sasha can't believe that anybody would be interested in anything that you can't eat.
Give her the other treat on the table, Rachel.
No, not here. Who's this from?
Go get it.
Here's a CD-ROM game. I wonder if Grandpa would like this. I wonder if Grandpa would remember this. I'm sure. Oh, this looks like a game that Kara and I would like to play. Then another CD-ROM game, Kara?
Yeah, I didn't get it though for you.
Yeah, I think this is another one that we would like to,
Who would dare call at a time like this?
Hello?
Rude.
wow, you know what? We're going to have fun with that one, Kara.
What is that? I think it's a naval battle here.
Yeah, like Jutland, only this one is World War II Navy engagement with the Bismarck. And this is the Bismarck and the Graf Spee. Should be an interesting game. Fate of Europe is in your hands. And this looks like all the teas that Robbie got. That's real nice.
Welcome. I am Kevin Riley, and this is Maria Severino, bringing you another special edition of Energy and You in Focus. Today's focus is on petroleum, also known as oil. We're going to start out today about how oil is formed. Oil was formed hundreds of millions of years ago when marine plants and animals sank into the bottom of ancient seas, sank into the dirt where sediments covered them. The animals and plants then decomposed, forming oil over millions of years. Alright, this is a poster demonstrating how the fish in here, when they died, they went down into here, before the land started to come up. And the animals sunk into the bottom of the rivers, the sediment covered them, they decomposed. And this is just many different time periods. You can tell they're millions of years ago, so it was a long time ago. So, and they take so long for them to produce oil. Oil and petroleum is considered a non-renewable resource.
Oil can be found by using a seismic survey. A seismic survey is conducted by using shock waves to identify rocks under the Earth's surface. Explosive charges are set off on the surface. Because of the explosion, shock waves pass through the Earth. A seismic survey finds the content of underground rock forms. Okay. Then you can do the seismic survey where the explosives are the type to identify where the rock that it is. And
but the only real way to find oil is by a drill. There are two types of drilling. There's offshore drilling and on land drilling. A picture over here is a picture of offshore drilling, where they drill the oil that is off away from land in water, and they pump out the oil from many layers of rock and dirt down below, and then they have to ship it back to land by pipes. And over here, right here, is a picture of a drill, like a oil rig, what they call them. Actually, no, it's there. Never mind. And it drills up, sends a big bit down here to drill up all the dirt and stuff, and it hits the oil down here. So it's really far down from all the many years of sediment and stuff. And down here is a drill. They have, the drill goes down into the dirt, and every time it goes farther and farther down, the drill bit would get even bigger so that it's replaceable, so they can keep adding more and more onto it.
in 1964, the U.S. produced 8,824,000 barrels of oil. In Australia, consumed 10,866,000 barrels. 1980, an average of 60 barrels of oil were used per person in a year. Like, can you see the barrels? Every barrel was a tank, and per person per year. And they only moved to 1980 though. In 1980.
That's 60 barrels per person. Per year. All right. Wait. Hold on. We did that wrong. All right. The little people up here, it represents energy consumption per person per year converted to equivalent of oil. See, we looked at it and we saw something else, but that's a minor glitch. All right. Now, oil is found all over the world. Most of the oil today is found in the Middle East with 592,752,000,000 barrels left in their reservoir of their oil reservoir in 1989. Next is us with the U.S. with 85 billion barrels. And over here you can see all the little triangle things are major oil fields. You can also see that some of the major fields are off land, offshore drilling. And
oil has many uses for transportation and you can see we have different types. We have
all right, as you can see over here, the oil originally comes out as crude oil. pumped out of the ground as crude oil. And it comes out into this big fractionating tower. And the higher temperature it gets, the more refined it gets, and you use it for like bus fuel, there, bottled gas, gasoline for cars, and other examples over here. And they mix steam with it, and the leftovers, like all the stuff that doesn't get refined that falls down, is used asphalt for our roads, and floor coverings, roofing, and asbestos cleaning. This concludes a special edition of Energy and You in Focus. I hope with all this information we have given you, you will try to invest in this economical resource. Thank you.
Your lesson? Yeah, what am I learning about?
Tidal energy.
Yeah, I heard about that. Isn't that where they use the temperature of the ocean water?
Very good. That kind's called OTEC, the Ocean Thermal Energy Conversion. But there's another kind called breakwater.
Tell me more about it.
Well, first of all, it's environmentally safe, and it's a renewable resource, which means that it can be used over and over again. Although it's hard to find places to build them, you can find them in Russia, France, Wales, Canada, and the USA, and some other places.
So they're already trying to... So they're trying to replace the other harmful resources that they're using?
Yeah, they are. And it would be great if they'd continue.
Yeah, would be.
So, you want to know how they work?
Yeah, how do they work?
The OTEC draws cold water up the huge central pipe. This cools ammonia gas and turns it to liquid. The liquid ammonia flows to a chamber where the warm surface water warms it back into a gas, which goes through a turbine to create electricity.
Cool. How does breakwater work?
Well, you see, the water from the high tide flows through a turbine in a barrier to an estuary, producing electricity.
Yeah.
Pretty neat, huh? It's an excellent source of energy.
Yeah.
It would be great if everybody used it. Tidal energy, the renewable resource of the future.
Very good.
I know.
Could be static.
Hi, I'm Leah, and I'm here on behalf of the Hydroelectric Power of the US of A.
Howdy, I'm Kelsey. This is a wonderful, most intriguing infomercial on
Hydroelectric power. Did you know that the world's first hydroelectric power station was used on September 30th, 1882?
amazing. There are numerous advantages for using this wonderful renewable resource. Okay. It's low cost in power production. It's a low maintenance cost. There's no air pollution, no consumption of irreplaceable fossil fuels. There are reservoirs and lakes are used for recreation, and it prevents flooding.
There are a few disadvantages. It reduces the population of fish. We have too much fish anyway. It reduces dams. Building dams destroys the earth. The earth is too big. And it also weakens the waterfall. And there's lots of land for agriculture. You must be wondering how hydroelectric power works.
Gee, that's a super duper question. How does it work?
Well, it's produced by energy and falling water. Let me show you.
Okay.
The reservoir, that's where the water comes from, and it goes down to the dam, into the pipe, into the powerhouse, where the generator
these are the pipes and that's the power. And the water from inside the dam comes out into the little pipe and goes into the power house. That was so interesting. You know what always amazes me? What? Hydroelectric power doesn't even pollute like other bad resources. Wow, that is amazing. Did you know that hydroelectric power is obtained by dams and waterfalls?
Fascinating. I could talk about hydroelectric power for hours.
Well, it's too bad that we can't talk about it for hours. Well, until next time, I'm Leah.
And I'm Kelsey. And don't forget,
Hydroelectric power is great!
Very good.
I'm Drew Walter, and this is Joey Saladino. We're from the National Association of Energy Conservation.
We're here to talk to you about hydroelectric power. Hydroelectric power is electricity produced from the energy of falling water. Water falls on turbines to produce electricity.
This is what a hydroelectric power plant looks like. It uses the force of water from a reservoir to turn a turbine that drives a generator. The generator is there. And an exciter powers the rotor. As the rotor and its magnetic field turn on, electric charge is created in the stator. And a transformer increases the voltage of the current coming from the stator. Hydroelectric energy is not very costly. It is not a pollutant and it is a renewable resource.
The world is just being introduced to the workings of hydroelectric power. About 30% of global electricity usage is from hydroelectricity.
Norway and South America get about 99% of their electricity and 50% of its energy from falling water.
In the same areas of the world, hydroelectric energy is the only resource that is used.
Hydroelectric plants cost much less to operate than fossil fuel plants. The number of hydroelectric power plants is limited, however, by the availability of water, power, and suitable locations for dams and reservoirs.
Although hydroelectric plants have an efficiency of about 75%, that is 3/4 of the energy going into the plant. It is converted to electricity. The efficiency of conventional electric power plants is about 30%.
2/3 of the energy in these plants is lost as heat that goes up the smokestack or is carried away by the water, used to cool the exhaust steam, and it is returned to the environment.
About 12% of all electric energy produced in the U.S. comes from hydroelectricity.
At other power plants, the energy used to turn the generators comes from high-pressure steam. And this is why we think the nation should use a durable, non-costly, non-polluted, renewable resource for efforts to use hydroelectric power. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Okay. I'm looking for some energy to keep my house. What do you recommend? Geothermal. Coal. That's good. No. There we go. What do you need? For your car or for my home? Oh, okay. Well, we probably set it up like this. Okay, you have a solar panel, and it collects the sun, and it turns it into energy, like solar.
farms are many turbines that are grouped together into stations. Wind farms are United States wind farms are located in California, Vermont, Oregon, Montana, and Hawaii. We see that wind energy is the nation's best choice for energy source.
Okay. Hi, I'm George Hector.
Hi, I'm Drew Boyens, and for the next few minutes we will be informing you about the real facts of nuclear energy.
When most people think of nuclear energy, they think of messy power plants and awful accidents such as 3 Mile Island. 3 Mile Island accident 17 years ago. Today, nuclear power plants are much safer. Most of their waste is used for fuel rods and liquid waste. Back in the 70s and 80s, nuclear energy was a hazard. Now, for example, disposal of nuclear waste is being brought to a storage site in Yucca Mountain, Nevada. The waste will be stored permanently in the mountain, 1,000 feet below the surface of the mountain. But what about people who think nuclear power plants are unsafe and messy? Today, nuclear power plants are very safe. A new generation of plants are called evolutionary. They are the size of today's largest power plants and are using safety and design lessons from the past quarter of a century. We also have made plants building more safely by adding on safety systems. But one of the downsides is the cost. Because most of the frequent design changes, the cost has gone up tenfold. Still, people would ask, what about the environmental aspects of nuclear energy? Well, to that I would tell them that only 1% of the average radiation in the world is from nuclear power plants. Also, the production of materials for making solar cells requires burning 3% as much coal as a plant that burns coal for energy. The same is also true for power towers and wind turbines. This altogether is not a large environmental problem, but it is still more harmful than nuclear energy. And nuclear power has avoided all health and environmental problems that occur in burning coal, oil, and natural gas. People also ask about other sources of energy like wind and solar, but these ways of energy are not close to being cheap enough to supply the amount of energy needed. Now nuclear energy becomes cleaner and safer than coal, cheaper than gas, and near infinite supply. Time has come. Now here's Drew.
George, hi, I'm nuclear physicist Andrew Boyens, and I will be telling you about the benefits of nuclear energy. There are a lot of people who have a lot of misconceptions about nuclear energy. The truth is that nuclear energy is one of the most efficient forms of energy around. Did you know 1 pound of uranium can supply 3 million kilowatt hours, but only 1 pound of coal can only do 1 million kilowatt hours? Nuclear energy is processed in a heat exchanger, which is in the reactor vessel. It goes through a steam pipe and into a condenser. Then it's put into a cooling tower, which is burned off as waste. That's the cooling tower. In this area should be the transformer. That's like the nuclear reactor. And there should be some stuff underground, like fuel rods, like George said.
Dude, you're right in the way.
That's basically a transformer and that electric thing. That's the cooling tower. And you show how it goes in. What? That's like don't look for Homer Simpson.
Hi, I'm Captain Allen, president of Black Hole Incorporated, and this is my partner, black gold. Not only did he discover places such as California, Gulf Coast, many countries in the Middle East, and Venezuela. While these places is obtained through sedimentary rock and underground pools. When brought to refineries or power plants, high-tech machines generate electricity in a 24-hour process through a 12-month period in a fractionation tower. It goes through crude distillation, catalytic cracking, thermal cracking, then is turned into petrochemicals. This is the fractionation tower, like what it looks like from that. And this is crude distillation, they like burn it, and then they go through the cracking and stuff. And then it goes into the chemicals and goes into your home.
Not only does petroleum have many advantages, it's very profitable. In 1989, 56 of the largest companies had about $760 billion in combined sales.
In the mid-80s, the amount of crude oil produced was 53.4 million barrels a day and 700 billion barrels a year. So Northeast Consortium, when making your choice for your new energy source, remember petroleum, black gold. Imagine the product, imagine the profits, imagine petroleum, the source of life.
That's it. Very good. Steve Mosley, and this is my partner, Fred Wood. We're here to tell you the advantages of solar energy because your town may be the newest location of the top-of-the-line solar power plant, SPP. Solar energy has been around for hundreds of years. For example, one of the solar energies was Antonio Lavoisier's furnace, which used a magnifying glass from the sun that was able to light a furnace with that was able to heat a whole home. This is hundreds of years ago. He was only a scientist in the 1600s. He designed and created that machine, and it actually did work. Solar energy is not like any other power source. It will not be used up. The SPP is non-endangering. There is no contact to the thing that can harm you, unlike nuclear power plants. The solar power plant uses mirrors to concentrate and reflect the sun's rays. The reflected sunlight warms water to produce steam, which drives turbines that generate electricity. The SPP will also cost jobs for the citizens of your town, not just when your plant is built, but we need help building the plant. We have hired the latest technical engineers and other companies to construct this money-making advantage for your town. Now here's my partner Fred with some of our visuals.
This is solar energy. This is a solar furnace by Antonio Lavoisier, and this is solar energy and how it works and how doesn't work. The clouds, and it shows the solar heating in the panels on a house, and it can show all around. And an increasing number of houses such as this one here are being designed and built to make use of solar energy for heating. Flat plate solar collectors cover the south-facing roof. This is the construction of solar energy panels. This is the completed panels. And this is a solar power plant with mirrors collecting solar energy. And this is how solar energy can be used to collect heat and heat your house. It collects and then it goes to the battery, and all that. Comes out.
About the importance of nuclear energy. My Vice President, Jason Kuprow, is also here to help me. Nuclear energy is the energy contained in the nucleus, or center of an atom. It is the most powerful form of energy that exists. Only in this century have scientists learned how to obtain nuclear energy. They have put it to constructive uses as in electric power stations. They have also put it to destructive uses, as in the atomic bomb and the hydrogen bomb. Sometimes nuclear energy is called atomic energy because came from atoms. This is not a good choice of words. Other forms of energy can also be obtained from atoms. For example, chemical energy also comes from atoms, but it comes from reactions outside the atomic nuclei.
There's only really one disadvantage to nuclear energy is the cost for a power plant.
But the U.S. needs nuclear reactors because out of the 110 reactors in the U.S., they produce 20% of the country's electricity.
Instead of using all those fossil fuels, nuclear power plants are run mostly with uranium.
But uranium, unlike fossil fuels, releases no chemicals or solid fluids to the air.
But how does the plant create its electricity?
Nuclear energy is very concentrated because it is also very hard to release in a controlled fashion. So complex machines called nuclear reactors are built. These devices are used to convert nuclear energy into heat. The heat from the nuclear energy is used to boil water into steam. The steam is then used
OTEC stands for Ocean Thermal Energy Conservation. Ocean thermal energy conservation is a potential method of energy production that utilizes temperature differences between warm surface water and colder water at depths of approximately 1,000 meters. In certain areas, oceans such as the Gulf Stream, these temperature differences are 15 to 22 degrees Celsius. Because of the vastness of such suitable ocean areas, the potential for power production is great.
Because OTEC plants must usually be located many kilometers offshore, it does not seem feasible at present to directly transmit the electrical energy produced to land. One suggestion for using the electrical energy is first to produce hydrogen by electrolysis in seawater, and then pipe the hydrogen ashore for use as a fuel.
Most electricity comes from power plants that burn fossil fuels such as oil and coal. But Earth's supplies of oil and coal won't last forever. Some experts predict that we may run out in the next few hundred years. Another drawback, burning these fuels to generate electricity produces pollutants that lead to acid rain and possibly global warming. So scientists are looking for alternative energies, ones that are clean and won't run out.
It is hard to think of anything more abundant than ocean water, which covers 2/3 of the Earth's surface. And the water that runs an OTEC plant is never used up. It is continuously recycled. The best part, once some outside electricity gets the OTEC machinery started, the electricity produced by the ocean water keeps it running. First, let's collect the water.
First pipes collect the water from the two ocean depths, one near the surface where the water can be as warm as 27 degrees Celsius, about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Bath water. And the other 600 meters below, where the water is chilly 6 degrees Celsius, 43 degrees Fahrenheit.
The warm water enters the vacuum chamber where the air pressure is very low. The drop in pressure lowers the water's boiling point from 100 degrees Celsius to about 27 degrees Celsius. So the warm water at the surface boils and turns into steam.
The steam then passes through the turbo generator, spinning its fan-like blades. The generator converts the spinning mechanical energy into electric energy. The electricity then can be sent through power lines to light up buildings and homes.
The leftover steam enters two condensing chambers pulled by the cold water pipes. As the steam's temperature drops, it condenses back into a liquid form and it's discharged.
Strongly, hi, we here at Wind Incorporated strongly believe in our company's slogan, "You'll always win, win."
Yes, as my associate has stated, wind is a great way to gain electricity. Wind energy is very clean plus no pollution. In the long run, it is cheaper and can never run out.
As we leave the 20th century and forge our way into the 21st century, we realize that natural resources like coal and oil are not in the great abundance that they once were. As we realize this, scientists now are looking for alternative ways to generate power. If we want to continue our lifestyle in the same manner, one such way to do that is wind.
That's right, Jared. But the use of wind power is nothing new. In fact, the usage of windmills has been dated back to the 5th century AD, where they were used in Persia for irrigation. It did not take long for wind power to spread across Europe. By the 12th century, it was used throughout Europe to pump water or turn grindstones to corn mills. As the demand for wind power grew, so did the technology of windmills.
Over the years, many different types of windmills have been created. Shown in our visual are 3 different types of windmills, each creating different amounts of energy. The first one produces 10 kilowatts of power.
hydrant. The second one is a little more advanced. It can produce 100 kilowatts. The third type of windmill shown is the most advanced and is able to produce up to 6,500 kilowatts of electricity.
And this one here, the biggest, was Grandpa's Knob in Vermont. It was one of the biggest windmills in the world.
Here's also a picture of it, a better picture. It's just showing one blade here, and there's two men standing out on it. And here we just from here compare. This was one of the original windmills would have looked like. And here we have Grandpa's Knob, it's huge metal thing. And it's not in use anymore because it's slight accident and flew off.
These are also some pictures of old fashioned windmills, first ones used.
And here, also the old-fashioned ones. And here are the newer ideas. This is an actual prototype that NASA has made. And many people, just like you mentioned, many people believe that windmills are all same shape and everything. But as you can tell, comparing it to this in these, they come in all different shapes. This is a prototype for NASA. These two are ideas that people have had. This is idea to put huge wind towers in the middle of the ocean where the high gusts of wind come by and it can just power entire cities. And here's another idea to put, instead of blades going round and round, circular blades on top of each other. And here's just another one that I had an idea for. It's kind of almost looks like a carousel. That's our plan.
Very good.
Very good.
Hello, and welcome to the Power Channel. I'm Mike Kinderwise and my partner Robert Stowe. Today we are talking about hydroelectric power and water power, as some people call it.
Yes, hydroelectric power is one of the many ways of making electricity.
Yes, and water power is also renewable water, which is held behind a dam, which has a pipe or tunnel in it.
This pipe leads to a water turbine, which is connected to an exciter and a generator. As the turbine turns, the generator produces electricity.
Next, there are wires connected to the transformer, which make the electricity usable for homes.
These machines are also held in a hydroelectric dam. Some of these dams can be found all over the world, such as Niagara Falls and Hoover Dam.
Some of the advantages are that water power is renewable and can be found pretty much anywhere, rivers, reservoirs, and waterfalls.
Yet water power is expensive. It powers millions of kilowatts of energy to power homes all over the state or country. And water is non-pollutant.